Well, Ruben, in the aftermath of the Arsenal game, how are you and your team feeling about that point and the performance?
Well, mixed feelings. Obviously, we really wanted the 3 points, and it frustrated us not to get the win. But we have to look forward, and we look forward now. We're very close to reach the spot in which we want to finish. So keep focused and think about one game at a time.
There's been so much analysis after the game, as you know, Ruben, about who is now the favourite in this title race. How do you view things now?
Well, there are three favourites, and other than that, it's just guessing and making conversation in my mind. The three teams can do it, and we'll see who's the most consistent. It's all about that.
You've been through all this before, though. How much does experience count with 9 Premier League games to go?
Yeah, well, hopefully it will make a difference. We've been in these situations before, and it's not easy to keep the consistency in a time like this, especially with a schedule as busy as ours will be. It's what we want, and it's what separates us from doing something very special. So we'll pursue it as much as we can.
Slightly different dynamic this season, though, Ruben, with 3 teams in the title race this late into the campaign. How high is the standard in that top 3 this season?
Yeah, well, I guess you can see how high it is, and that's why we want to be here again, and we want to do it again, precisely because how difficult it looks.
City, though, as you know, you always seem to produce when it really matters as we close in on the end of the season. Do you feel the same momentum this year?
Well, those kind of momentums are not. You don't see them while they're happening. You might think they will happen. You might feel like they will happen, but at the end of the day, you'll only know the answer to that when it's finished. So right now we're focused on doing what we know how to do best, and on winning every game that will come in front of us, and then in the end we'll see the numbers.
Leadership is so important, though. In your dressing room, who do you look to, besides yourself, for inspiration?
Well, I think that's one of the things that makes a difference in the difference in our dressing room. You look to the left, you see leadership. You look to the right, you see leadership. So we've got many leaders of their own, in our dressing room, and in times like this, it does make the difference.
You are one of those leaders, though. You're in that leadership group, if you like, 5 players that Pep named at the start of the season. What kind of messages do you give your teammates? What do you say to them?
Well, mainly it's all about what I just said to you. It's dealing with the frustration of not winning yesterday, but having the ability, the capacity to look forward and look at the table, and see what's there and see how close we are, and maintaining the level. It's all about maintaining the level, maintaining the focus, and more than anything, the ambition is to come out now from now forward.
Of course, you've got Pep on your side, and we saw him again after the game against Arsenal out in the pitch. The demands he puts on you, the rest of your teammates. Having Pep on your side, what difference does that make?
Well, I guess you can tell by the numbers of past seasons. He's obviously an essential part of the process, and obviously we're happy to have him in charge.
There's history on the line, a possibility of 4 titles in a row. How much do you appreciate what this team is achieving?
Yeah, well, we're definitely very happy with everything we've achieved, and obviously happy to be in this moment right now with the opportunity of doing it again, and obviously doing something special that no one has ever done. And now it's about staying alive. It's about staying in competition, keep that consistency going, and surviving until the end. And then in the end, we'll see.
You talk about surviving, but I assume, Ruben, when you've won it, when you know how it feels, how good it feels for you and the fans, does that just motivate you even more to go again and again.
Yeah, the same way it gets more difficult every year, the ambition and the feeling of knowing how it is like also uh, increases something in ourselves, in our ambition. It makes us pursue it harder and harder any other new year. So the will is there, and we know what we're going for, and we know also how difficult it will be, but we'll be there for the challenge.
What do you think is the most important quality that you and your team need to show between now and the end of the season to get over the line?
If I have to choose one word,
Yeah.
consistency.
And how small is the margin for error? You've already talked about the quality in the top three, but how small is the margin for error this season?
Well, I guess right now it's as small as it can get. Champions League you lose, you're out. FA Cup you lose, you're out. Premier League you lose, you tell me. Obviously, there's still a lot of games to play, but we know that it's a very, very fine margin, and we like it, we love it. We used to live with it, and we know that to win, you need to get comfortable with these fine margins. So let them come.